Hey guys, so today let's start with the last part of our build. So let's start off with making the endpoints for the contacts. So um, let us make another route just for the contacts. So let's create a new file called contact routes.ts, and let's go here and let's just copy out the first part of it and paste it here. Let me rename this to contact routes, and let me first create the route for actually posting creating the data. So post slash, we give a params which is category id and slash contact. So this is the route where we'll be posting our data, and this for this part of the function we can just copy. So the post one is this part. Just copy this part, go here, paste it here, save this, and let's go back, head over to index.ts and copy this line. This will be the same, and we'll call it contact routes. So now for posting the data, the URL will be slash category id slash contact. So now let's make changes to this. So in order to make a post request for the contact, we'll need the ID, this part. So for that, let's destructure it from the params category ID from rec.params. Okay, we'll also have a, if I go to the models and see the phone book, contact should have name, description and number. So that will be coming from the client as a body. So let's destructure it from the body, name, description and number should be destructured from rec.body. Okay, then what we'll do is let's call it category. It won't be a new phone. We'll await this, and phone book dot, we'll actually update this, find an ID and update. Delete that. So we'll give it an ID. So it should be underscore ID, the category ID, and so we'll actually have to, so in the beginning, in each category the contacts will be empty, so we'll have to push data to this. So in order to push data to the contacts array, Mongoose provides us with a thing called push. So $push, you'll have to mention the array contacts, and then you'll provide it with the object name, description and number. Then what you do is you'll also have to give it something called new is equal to true. So with this, basically the hover doesn't work fine. I made some bracket error somewhere. I think it's this one. Okay. Open curly. I think there's no curly here. Okay, yeah. Let me just save this also. We don't need this. Give status of 200 and give a JSON of category, and I'll save that. So let me first show you what happens if I don't mention new is true. So let's go to Thunderbolt client, go here. I'll have to open Mongo admin. No, actually you don't need it. I'm going to open that. I'll get it from here itself. So this is the ID. I'll copy this ID out. Let's make post request category ID contact. This is the root which we mentioned here. So that's the root, name, description, phone number I've given here, and send the data. So as you can see here, I'm not getting the response back with the contacts. This is because we didn't provide the new is equal to true. Only when I hit again will it appear here. So it's it's a history back. It doesn't give us the latest JSON object. So in order to get the latest one, just make this to true. Again, what is this error? Okay, now I actually should get it. So let's say test 2 and number is add 7. Now if I click send, I will get the latest data here, and these are all because I made those post requests before when I was checking, right? So that is why these two appear. So if I change this again to test 3, description test 3, the new JSON object we get here. So with that, we've successfully created a endpoint for the contacts. Now let's go back to clients and create the UI for this, for actually posting the data. So before that, let's go to API, create a new file called add contact.ts, and we could just copy from add category. Just copy this and paste it here. We can make changes accordingly. So this will be add contact. Okay, so we'll be needing category ID, we'll be needing name, which will be a string, we'll need a description, which will be a string, we'll also be needing a number which will be a string. Okay, and the body will have name, description, and number. Okay, and we'll have to change category to, we'll need to add category ID, contact. This method will be post body, let's call this res method. This will be res.json and will return. So this, we've created the function for posting the data. Now let's head over to contact. Now let's start building the UI for this. So it should be under, I think this div will do, under this div. Yeah, okay. So it's always a good idea to comment things out, both for the developers as well as the people who are referring to your code. So div have a form inside, We don't need an action. Let's have a div again. Inside the div will have input. We'll have two inputs. So this is something called emit. You could probably go to the net and just check what is emit. It's an easier way to write tags, short form. Okay, so I'll have two inputs, and I'll have two inputs, and then I'll have an input and a button. Yeah, that I think with that we have everything which we need. And I'm just giving add here. Add. Okay, now let's start styling it out. This will be the margin top of 10. It will be flex column, and each child will have spacing of space y4. Okay, for the form it will be flex call space y of 4. All the child components have a space the y-axis of 4. If I give it as 3, save it. Okay, much better. So if I don't give anything, save that. Strange. Okay, that's because of this one. Space y of 4. Now if I give space y of 2, okay, and give it a 4 for now. 4. So space y of 2. Since this has just one component as of now, you won't see any difference. That's why. So then, okay, form is done. Let's style this out. So let's have a grid and grid column 2 with a gap. I'll show how this looks. We call 2 and a gap of, no, I don't think we need a gap. Input, let's give a placeholder. Enter phone number. Oops, okay, let's do this. Fine. Things appearing here. Okay, have 2 input fields. I need a gap in between them, so I could just give a utility class called gap2, and there's a gap of 2 pixel, and not 2 pixel, of 0.5 rem 8 pixel. Okay, then I can give a class. I'll style this out. So inputs, remember last week which we created here in index.css, we named it we gave a styling for this class. It's called dot inputs. So same thing I can use here, and I'll save it. It's got the same styling now. We do the same for this. Called inputs. Save that. I want a border as well. So let's give a border, and here also. Okay. So we've styled that. Next, let's go with this one here. So placeholder will be enter description. Okay. Again, class name, you could give inputs and a border. Okay, cool. And at the last, btn, which we created last week. Nice. And margin on the y-axis of 5. Call span 2. I need to do this. So that's done. Okay, so now let us give us styling for the disabled one as well. If it's disabled, okay. So, yeah, let me first create a state for this. So I'll track what the users type inside this input with the use state. So let's go here and go here. So use state snippet. So first will be contact. No, let's call it as name. String. Again, use state snippet. It should be a number. It should also be a string. And the last one will be a description. Set description. I say what? Okay. Now we have to track it. So value. We'll put this in the end. Value. The value will be name, and on change set name dot target dot value. So I can basically copy this for these two. Here, and instead of name, I'll give number. Here as well, number, and this is the last one, the description. This will be set description. Okay, now we can tell it to disable the button if name is empty or number is empty. If I save that, this becomes gray. This is because last week, you remember, like we mentioned the styling here. If it's disabled, make it PG gray of 500. So if I type something here and I type something here, only then does this button activate. So for now, let's just delete that. Let's go to contacts again. So we've done our styling. Now all we have to do is create a function for it. So on submit and then add contact. Now we'll have to create this. Let's come on top and let's here. So add contact function. So we'll have to provide it with an E. So react.form event, and in order to prevent it from refreshing, e.prevent default. Now we can actually call it. call our function which we created earlier. So let's say const new category await add contact. This will take in category ID, name, description, number. This is an error because we didn't mention it as async. Okay, you could probably just give it an exclamatory, or you could even do something like, say, if category ID is false, and return an alert message saying no such category. You could do either way. Anything is fine. You could probably do this. This makes more sense. Okay, then after that, let's say that's done. Then we'll set the category to new category, and we'll set the name to an empty string, set a description to empty string, set number to empty string. I save everything. Now let's check whether this works. So if I open my DevTools, go to network, I reload it, I type in something called contact info, say Mike Tyson. I wish I had the number 9, and let's say IN Mike, and okay, it's a doctor's. I've kept the category as doctor and name is Mike Tyson's. Okay, whatever. And I click add. So let's see. I've posted the data successfully. Request was this, response was this. Mike Tyson was added. As you can see here, it's added. Now let's make an endpoint for now before that, actually we'll render it out here. So let's render it out. So I'll comment this portion out first, contact info. Then we'll have a div. Inside that we'll have another div. Inside that we'll have 4 P's, paragraph tags, into 4. Okay. So each paragraph will have, first one will be contact name, next one will be description, and this one will be phone number. Save that. Run dev. Okay, so we have that. So padding top of 4. Okay, here we'll have a flex justify between, save that. Then text yellow of 500, padding of 5, border bottom, this is to target the first child, so border T, and actually let's go on with this one. Then let's class name, capitalize this, capitalize, give a width of 32 and margin left of 6. Okay, then the description, let's give a flex 1. This basically means flex grow. By hover here, flex 110. Okay, this is the CSS property for flex grow. So it will basically take up how much ever space it is required. So flex 1, margin left of 6. Same thing here. Class name flex 1, negative, margin left of 12. Okay, much better. Then we'll have another div. This time we'll actually map through the contacts dot contact dot. Okay, I think it should be, if I go to typings, this should be contacts, not contact, because the data which I'm getting back gives me contacts. Now let's map through it. Contact, and inside it will be a div. Inside the div we'll have h1 with the contact name. Probably fix that. Okay, and you should always provide it with a key whenever you're mapping. So contact dot id. Okay, once that's an h1, then let's have two p tags. So one will have contact dot description, and another will be number. I think contacts, okay, this should be number. So everything's rendered out now. Okay, cool. Next, what do I want? Think, okay, I'll a button for deleting it. Delete. Okay, so now let's start styling it out. Over here, class name flex justify between. Okay, justify between text yellow of 500, padding of 5, border bottom. Save that. Beautiful. First child should have border of t and space x of 3. So then we'll fix this misalignment. Class name will capitalize it, capitalize width of 32, margin x of 3. Okay, it's coming together now. x1. So it's basically allowed to take how much ever space is required to take the maximum amount of space. If I would have, there's also a property called 0, so it takes the least amount of space possible. So for now I'll take 1, and I'll take here also flex 1, and button, let's say of 2, bg red of 500, rounded LG, text white. I'll save that. Everything is pro. Okay, I'll also have another here. If I go to React icons and go here, say user, I'll take this one, FA user alt. So if I go on top and import that from React icons FA user alt, I'll put it right here. Let's see how that looks. FA user alt, I want the size also to be 30. Let's save that. Now everything looks much better. So let's try adding now. I'll refresh it, everything works. Let's add one, let's say Dustin here, give a number 111, and I'll give a description striker, and I'll add it here. So it comes up here. So this part is working. I probably should change the categories to maybe MMA. That's more appropriate. Okay. Now, I think the last part is to create an endpoint for deleting the contacts. So for that, let's go back to our endpoints here. We'll copy this out, paste it here. Instead of post, it will be delete the same domain, the same URL. Request ID I don't think I need this. I take the contact ID to determine which to contact to delete from the body. So from the client side, I'll send this through the body, the contact ID, and let's say const deleted contact await phone book model, and find by ID and update. We'll update it. Okay, ID category. This time instead of pushing, we'll pull it, which means basically deleting the object from the array. So pull it from the contacts array, which has an ID of contact ID, and I think you'll have to pass in some additional properties. Safe true, multi false, and new true, and rest.status 200, and I'll give it JSON deleted contact. Okay, much better. We'll go back and check this. Copy that, paste it here. So post, we'll do a delete. I think we'll need a contact ID as well. So let's head over to Mongo Atla. We'll have to sign in. Not sign up, sorry, sign in. Sign in with the Google account. It's a bit slow. Okay, fine, good. I didn't have to sign in. Let's browse collection. This is the wrong one. This is the table. So let's say oh, this was the other one. I'll have to change the account. Let's say log out. This is the other account. The account which I'm using is this one. Browse collection. Let's take, we put in athletes, I guess. MMA, yeah, we put in MMA. Take this ID. Put it here. And we'll take one of the contacts. So each contact has an ID. So let's take ASDF. Copy that. Instead of this, the body, I will send a contact ID. So contact ID. Okay, now let's hit post and see what we get as the result. ASDF is taken. It work. Let's try again. ASDF. Let's delete. Okay, it's working. ASDF is gone. Let's again try with test. Test is gone. So this endpoint is working. Now let's head over back to our endpoints, API endpoints. Let's create a new one. So let's copy this one and call it delete contact.ts. So let's make changes to this. So we'll have to send category ID also and contact ID. Contact ID, which will be a string. Okay. Const res method, and instead of category ID, I'll send contact ID. Contact ID. Okay. Delete. Let's call it contact. Contact. Okay, so we've created this. Let's go back to contact and we'll create a function for it. So right here on click function handle delete contact with contact dot ID. Now we'll have to create this. So let's go here, add contact, name this also. So now here delete contact. So now let's create it. The async function, it'll receive a contact ID, be a string, and then const deleted contact await delete. Oh, I think I didn't rename it. Yeah, should be delete contact. Save this. Delete contact. You have to send in category ID and also contact ID. Then we're getting an error because it can be undefined. So we could do this category ID return. You could also, if you don't want to do this, you could also give an exclamatory. Either way works fine. I'll go with this. So now I can set category to the one which I'm receiving. So deleted contact. Okay, now let's check whether it's working. I don't need this anymore. Let's delete test3. Okay, everything got deleted. That's weird. Let's see what the mistake is. Let's open the DevTools and see what the problem is. So let's go to network, reload this. I delete it. Okay, I'm making a request showing me success. Okay, I'm sending only contact ID. Should be a category ID as well. And what about the response? Null. Okay. So let's see. I might have done something wrong here. Okay. Okay, got it. So it's basically because I'm not mentioning the category ID here, and I think it is contact. Save that, and this was it, right? Let me check. Yeah, this was it. Now let us see. So now I delete. Okay, now it's working. Good. So I think now everything works. Let's go with let's say Francis. I give heavyweight and I hit add. Okay, and I can delete. Fine. Let's go to the main page. Okay, here it's showing contacts is 0. Let's change that. Let's go to contact and it's not the context. Add category. Add category. Okay, contacts. It should be contacts. Each category. Okay, contact 0. We can just pass in the length of it. So contacts dot length. Contacts. So we have 2 here, 2. We create one, say let's change the title to scientist. I hit change scientist, say Andrew Huberman. I hit 777, 888, new sign. Forgive me for the bad spelling. Add Andrew Huberman. Go back, this one contact. You can delete also. You can view. So all the functionalities are working. You can add new categories. So say programmers. Okay, so basically everything works. We just check whether I'm missing out something. Okay, so I think the dependency variable also will have just category ID. That's all. Did I break anything? So everything works. So that's it. With that, I think we've completed the series. If you've stuck till the end, thank you very much. If you got something out of this series, that makes me very happy. At the very least, I hope it cured your insomnia. Thank you.